Hello and welcome to the eBusiness Boss YouTube channel. My name is Sam and today I'm going to be showing you how to create a private label Amazon listing from scratch. We're going to be talking title, bullet points, description, images, back-end keywords, selecting the right category. We're going to cover it all. So without further ado, let me jump into my screen and show you how it's done. See you there. Hello guys, so here we are, we're inside my screen. Really excited to bring you today's content to tell you how we create our Amazon private label listings, and hopefully you're going to be able to take some real value from this when creating your own. Just before I get going, just a reminder, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on that notifications bell. We drop content like this every single week. And also, if you find this particular content useful, then please smash the like button. And of course, please leave any comments or questions you may have about this and we will get back to you. So let's get straight into it. Creating an Amazon private label listing. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to refer to this listing here. And this listing here has been used throughout some of our other videos that tie into this nicely. And this is the kind of product we're going to base today's example on when creating the private label listing. So I'm going to create a private label listing for some fruit and vegetable wall hanging baskets. As I said, we use this in some other content that you might find useful. We'll drop links to those videos. One about how to find keywords for your Amazon listing. Again, we use this particular product as an example of how you would find highly relevant keywords that would help you rank a product like this. And then how you take those keywords. There's a separate video on how you take those keywords and turn it into an optimized Amazon listing. So as I say, we'll drop links to both of those videos. They're definitely worth watching. Today's, though, is more of a focus on constructing and how you structure your listing itself rather than the keyword process. So let's go from here straight into Amazon Seller Central and start creating our fruit and vegetable wall hanging basket listing. So here I am. I'm in our Amazon Seller Central account. What you would do is you would go over to inventory and manage inventory. We are looking to add a product, so that's what we would click just over here. You'll be given these two options or a few options. I'm adding a product not sold on Amazon because this is our brand new private label listing. And the first thing you're asked to do is select your category. So how do you know what category you put in? Well, simply put, you go onto Amazon, type in the kind of product that you're looking to sell, for example, fruit basket. Click through one of the top searches because they're the most relevant and are likely to give you the best category to put your product in. So let's click on this one as an example. And then you're looking to find the category or subcategory that it's in, rather. So you would scroll down to this area here. And as we can see, this product is in fruit racks. And that to me is an absolutely perfect and ideal subcategory for us to put this product in. I've already opened the tab up here. As you can see, exactly the kind of product we're looking to sell. So this is a perfect category for us. So that's the first stage complete. But how do we then, so we need to make a note of this and how you get to find fruit racks within Amazon Seller Central. You'll see in a second. So we need to find home and kitchen, then cooking and dining. So let's do that. Home and kitchen. Cooking and dining. What was the next stage? Then we're looking for kitchen storage and organization. Perfect. Racks and holders, and then fruit racks. Superb. Select category. First stage done. You're on your way. So straight away, what I would do is click Advanced View here. You want to be able to see every single field that you could possibly fill in on here. You might not want to fill them all in, but we will want to see all of our options. And you'll see why as we go through. So we click Advanced View is the first thing you do. So as you can see, it flags up certain information that you have to put in order to create your listing. So obviously those are the priority, but we are going to work through each one of these stages here and I'll explain each part of the process. So product ID. This is your barcode. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about the different places you can get barcodes from. I'm just going to tell you what we do. We get ours from GS1, and that is because that is the official source and where you really should be getting your barcodes from. There are other options, but we're going to just tell you what we do, and we use GS1 barcodes. So you create an account where you can just literally at the click of a button, create yourself a barcode for your product. So once you've got that barcode, you simply put it in here, and then select on the side here which type of barcode it is. Now for us, we're on our European account, so it would be an EAN if you're selling in Europe. That's what you use, an EAN barcode. If you're in the US, it would be a UPC. So that's what you do. So again, one extra step completed. Now, of course, here you would put in your brand and manufacturer. So in this example, I'm giving you a sneaky peek early doors. So what have I called it? Kitchen brand. And for the sake of this example, we'll make kitchen brand the manufacturer name as well. Now, some people will have the brand name and the manufacturer will be the same name, or there may be, the manufacturer is essentially your business name, okay? So this is what your business is called. So your brand and your business might be the same name, or your brand might be called kitchen brand, but your actual business is called, I don't know, 123 online seller or something. Do you know what I mean? It's just your company name here, it's the manufacturer, and the brand goes in here. But in this example, let's just pretend we've called our company the same name as our brand. So again, another stage completed. You then work your way through here. You can add in product dimensions and package dimensions if you want to. The count here refers to how many of a certain object are in your product, if that makes sense. So, for example, here it's just one because we're offering one fruit basket, basically. Okay, so that's all that means. And again, if you're using things like, I don't know, maybe you're selling a liquid or a supplement or something, this does alter slightly because you put in the measurement rather than the count. But for this example, it's just the count, which is one of the item. We're offering one wall hanging kitchen basket for fruit and vegetables. Cool. So that's another stage done. As I say, you can fill these bits in. They're not actually, you don't have to, because as I said, it's only the red areas that you do, but you may choose to. And it does, the more detail you can provide on your Amazon listing page, the better for the customer. So yeah, why not? Next up is the title. Now, to talk about the title, I probably need to talk about the Amazon listing as a whole. So let's go over to that now, because we'll break this up into we've done the category, we've done the barcode, we've done the brand and manufacturer part. Now we're going to do listing content, the written copy, and then I'll talk to you about images. So let's do that now. So what I've done here is I've mocked up a very, very basic Amazon listing for this particular product example. Some of this might make sense if you've seen some of our other videos about, for example, the two I spoke about the keyword research and then also how to optimize your listing. So you may have seen this before, but basically your title, or the way we write our title, is we have our main keywords that we're looking to go after, or we want to rank for, should I say, in our title. So the example here is a hanging fruit basket. It's a highly relevant keyword that we found with a lot of search volume. So that would be in our title. You'd also make sure that your brand name is in there. And again, normally I would go into more detail. I'd add things like just a brief description of the product, basically, with its key features, if there's anything about its size, its color, its material, those sorts of things you would add in here. But just for this example, I've kept it nice and simple. So let's take that and we would put that into our title. So we've now created a title. Brilliant. The rest of the listing. So the bullet points, okay? Again, keywords. You would want your relevant keywords in your bullet points as well. As you can see here, we've color-coded. We color-code based on the importance of keywords. So for us, our yellow keywords are our most important keywords, purple the next most, blue the next most, and then green, which you can't actually see any of, are the next most important. And again, what we would do is make sure that these keywords are sprinkled throughout our bullet points and in our description and in our back end, which are our search terms. Okay, so that's how we use the keywords. As I say, there's other videos that go into more detail with that, so if you're interested in that, please watch them. But in terms of structuring, our first bullet point, we tend to focus on the unique selling proposition or unique selling point of the product. So for us, in this example, we have added some hooks to the bottom to make it like this one has. Let's just pretend no one else is doing it. And we've realized that by adding some hooks to the bottom of our basket, that's a USP, because you can add extra bits to it. You can add cups to it. You can hang extra bits of fruit and veg from it that other people aren't offering. So that's our USP. Fruit basket for kitchen with added hooks on the base so you can store more. That's bullet point 1. Bullet point 2, you might talk about the brand. So Kitchen Brand are all about providing high quality kitchen items that make your life easier. Our convenient product basket epitomizes the brand by making fruit and vegetable storage simpler. You know, you're dropping in a bit about the product, but also telling them what the brand is about. So that's the second bullet point. The third bullet point, the purpose of the product. Standard fruit baskets take up room and clutter your worktop, not to mention how the produce gets squashed and ruined. With our hanging 3-tier fruit basket, you keep produce fresher and more conveniently arranged. So we're telling them the purpose of our product. What is it doing? By buying this product, what function are you going to fulfill? The fourth one, dismiss any concern they might have. Maybe they've had some bad experiences with previous products, similar products, or they may have maybe questioning something about yours. So here, some hanging wall basket options will be poorly made. Buying the wrong one could mean you're at risk of it coming loose and falling. This could not just damage your produce and your kitchen, it is also a safety issue. If you buy from Kitchen Brand, you can trust that not only the finest quality materials have been used and the products have been tested to the required standards. If you buy from Kitchen Brand, you can trust that not only the finest quality materials have been used, but the products have also been tested to the required standards. Again, I probably should have proofread this, but you get the idea. You can buy our hanging wire baskets with confidence. Basically, what I'm saying is, you know, you're highlighting a concern they could have about it being poorly made, and not only that leads to issues to the produce, and then also it could damage their kitchen, and also it's a safety issue. But not if you buy Kitchen Brand, because we make sure that our products are tested to the required standards, and so you can buy from us with confidence. Obviously, you'd want your bullet point to make sense, otherwise you're not going to portray that element of confidence. But as you can see, I probably should have proofread this a bit more before putting it up. But you get the idea. Anyway, next point, guarantee. We are so confident in our fruit holder for kitchen that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, you're just showing your confidence in the product, which should make them feel more confident in the product. And that's, you know, by adding a guarantee at the end, that can really help the customer or persuade them to choose you as opposed to any that don't offer that. So again, that's the structure of it. An idea anyway of how we might do it. You get 5 bullet points. There's 5 different approaches there. And within all of them, you're making sure that you've got your keywords in there as well. So let's now show you where you put those. And it's in description. And what you would do is you would add more, add more, add more, add more, and then put them over. We'll see, remove that. And you go, fill all 5 with the 5 bullet points you've just done there. Okay, I don't need to do all of them. You get the idea. So that's the bullet points and the title. We've done those. Next up, your product description, which is in the same area as the bullet points. And this is exactly where you put it. So just briefly, again, your product description should be a lot longer than this. I've just done a one-liner as an example for this video. But it's, in terms of keyword importance, it isn't quite as important in the description as it is the title and the bullet points and the back end, but you still want to be putting your keywords within the description because it's just another chance for you to rank for keywords, basically. So yeah, you still want your keywords in there. You want to describe your product. I mean, description, fairly obvious. Repeat the main selling points. You can add in other things like if there's product instructions that are going to help the customer understand how to use it, or if you get frequently asked questions about the product, again, put them in there. That's a really handy thing to do to fill your product description. But just for this example, very brief description I've used here. The Hanging Fruit Basket by Kitchen Brand is a handy addition to your kitchen storage solutions. Again, just copy and put that into product description. And you've now got the basis of some written copy for your listing. Now, The other thing in terms of written copy and ranking for keywords and things like that are your search terms and your back-end keywords. So as I say, the other videos explain this really, really well, but you will end up, or you should end up with a list of keywords that are relative to your product that you want to put in the back-end search terms of your listing. You would also want to repeat any of your most important keywords, make sure they're in here as well, and it needs to be under 250 characters. So what you would do is copy, go over to keywords, and you can put them all in as one long list like that. Don't need to put in any commas or anything like that. Just make sure there's a space between them, because by adding commas, you're actually using up your characters unnecessarily. I've just mentioned here about characters, and on that note, there's character restrictions for bullet points and for your description. These are occasionally updated and changed by Amazon, but at the time of this video, the title is a maximum of 200 characters. So when you're writing out your title, make sure you don't exceed that. Your bullet points, you can have 500 characters per bullet point. So as you can see, I'm well under what I could be doing in all aspects of the listing. But just for the sake of the example, I just want to keep it brief. And then for your description, you can have up to 2,000 characters. Okay, so I just want to make that clear. That is subject to change because Amazon do alter things occasionally, but that has been the case now for quite a while and is the case at the time of me uploading this video. So we've now covered the written content. Hopefully you understand a little bit more about that process and how we do it. As I say, I would have filled out the others here, but didn't to save time. So let's head back over and work through this across now. So we've done the vital information, we've done the description, and we've done the keywords. Cool. So variations. This is where you would add in things like if you had color variations and you wanted to offer, because ours is a black wire basket, we might want to offer it in white, we might want to offer it in silver, whatever. You'd then do color variations within the same listing, and that's where you'd add them in here. Again, you can do size variations, you can do all sorts. Obviously this product we're not doing that, but just to show you this area and where you would do it. So offer, again, this is a red box that you must fill in. So just you put in your price and then that's your price there. If you decided you wanted to run a sale at any point, you can come back into your listing and this is where you would do that. So you'd put your sale price in here. So say we wanted to drop it to 35, and then you can put in the date to start the sale and the date to end the sale. So I just thought I'd show you that whilst I was in here. But when you're creating a listing, don't worry about that. Just worry about putting in your price you're starting to launch the product at. Again, in here, you have a conditions section that you have to fill in. New is what you'll be doing if you're doing a private label listing. So that's what you would select there. And then what you can do, if you wanted to limit people to how many of your products they could order, perhaps you want to keep a better handle on your stock levels. We don't tend to do this because if someone wants to buy, 100 of our product, great, that's 100 sales. You don't really want to turn that down, but some people like to put in a restriction here to stop people ordering loads of their product and then they run out of inventory. So that's completely up to you. And there's just other bits of information in here. We don't tend to fill much of this out. This bit here is very important. So if you are looking to ship your products yourself, then you would have this as merchant fulfilled. That means you pack and post the products and send them to your customers yourself. Or if you're using fulfillment by Amazon, Amazon FBA, you click this one here. We use FBA and we have done ever since the start. Even when we were part-time, we find that the small amount you pay in fees is well worth the time and expense that it would take to do it all ourselves. So we always do fulfillment by Amazon, but this is just so you know where you would select that option. Over to compliance now. This is a lot to do with any electrical goods. There's other bits and bobs in here that relate to other things, but it's mostly electrical goods. So you go through this and make sure you're adding in the right information. For this example, obviously, that isn't the case, so there's nothing for me to fill out here. Before I go on to images, I'm just going to click more details. Again, there's options here to add in extra detail for relevant parts of your product that might relate. So For example, depending on the category you've selected and the product, there might be something in here. Say you're selling a food supplement, I don't know, and there'll be an ingredients section where you must put in the ingredients that go into your food supplement. That's just an example of something you would have to do for another product. But for this product, there's nothing in here that relates and nothing that we need to necessarily put in to create our listing. So I'm going to go back to images because that's the final part that we will be doing for this product, or we would do for this product. And the final bit I want to give you a bit of tips and advice on. So you're given options here to upload images. As things stand, again, it's only ever up to date for when I'm releasing this video, but as things stand, you have the option to upload 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 images plus your main image. So your main image here, and then you can put 6 more in. I know there's 2 other options here, but they won't actually show on your Amazon listing page. They will only show these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 2 wouldn't show up. So for the moment, there's only real point in you creating 6 plus your main image. So to give you an idea of what you should be doing, or the kind of images you could use, let's just head over now. So first of all, the actual quality and size of the images, they need to be at least 1,000 pixels in either width or height. Amazon actually recommends 2,560 pixels wide. So that gives you an idea of the actual spec of the images. Now, in terms of the types of images and what you should be going for. So the main image, what we always do is we look to show only the product and the packaging. Some people will put other things in there, like maybe someone using the product, or they might try add a graphic to it that says like the quantity of the item, those sorts of things. Amazon actually tell you shouldn't be doing that, although people do get away with it. But also we think, personally, that could distract from what people want to see, which is a nice, big, clear image of the product they're looking for. So don't overthink it. Just have a nice, big, clear image of your product and maybe the packaging in there as well. By adding the packaging, it can also add more perceived value. Looks like you're perhaps offering more, especially if your packaging is really nice to look at and aesthetically pleasing. But these are the main points here. Make it big, make it clear. It must have a white background. Again, that is a requirement by Amazon. And fill as much of that space as you possibly can with your product. Make it big. It needs to stand out. If people are scrolling through Amazon search results, you want your image to pop out and make them click on it. When it comes to the image itself, you can get a high quality photo taken of your product, but a lot of people get renders made because actually they can look even better. And often a render is something we get done as well. So yeah, that's what we recommend for the main image. In terms of your other images, your marketing images, if you like, just to run you through some ideas, definitely make it relate, if you can, to the content you've written in your listings. If it can all tie together, it makes a lot more sense to the customer. If they're reading something in the bullet points and then you're showing them an image that relays exactly the same message, it just keeps reaffirming the message and it just makes sense. And there's a nice flow in your listing as well. So on that note, you know, the USP that we talked about, get a close-up image of the hooks at the bottom of the listing. So we head back over to here. I'd probably, you know, exaggerate this even more. I'd do a close-up, maybe with some written content to go with it, explaining how much of a bonus it is to pick our product, because we have these added hooks where you can use it for extra storage of mugs. You can add it for extra storage of your different fruits and veg. You can hang bananas off it. All these sorts of things that they haven't done on this listing, I'd be looking to do on that image. Another idea, so the product in use. Again, I think they've done that on that example. So just someone quite simply loading fruit or vegetables into the basket, showing it use. Again, if by a person doing this, it helps the customer relate because they see a person using the product, and it just makes it easy for them to relate and see how it would all work. Another idea would be to do a comparison image. So here you might do a standard fruit bowl versus the hanging basket and list all the pros and cons to, or the pros, don't mention any cons really, the pros to a hanging basket over a standard bowl, an image of them two side by side, just to show why your product is better than other options on the market. Another idea is to talk about the materials and ingredients used, depending on the type of product. In this instance, we wouldn't be talking about ingredients, we'll be talking about materials. Let's talk about the robust metal design. They can trust this product, it's very well made, that sort of thing. Another idea is to use an image to show discount codes. So what we tend to do on our listing is we create promotions where if a customer was to buy 2 of the product or 3 of the product or 4 of the product, 5 of the product, each time they were to buy more, they get a more discount. So we then reflect that in an image as well, so they can see the different discount codes, the different discounts that are available, and then the codes they need to use. So buy 2, get 10% off, for example, provide them with a code. Again, this can create a higher basket value and more sales for yourselves. And then finally, the guarantee image, again, relates to the final bullet point we talked about. Offer them a guarantee. It makes them more likely to purchase the product because they know if they don't like it, they can get their money back. Just a few other ideas that we sometimes use are social proof images. So you might use examples of really positive reviews you've had on the product. Obviously, you can't use this when creating a brand new listing like I'm showing you now, but if after a while your listing's got mature, you've gotten some really good reviews, you could get a new image made showing those customer reviews, pick the best ones obviously, and turn it into a nice graphic, a nice image, and you can use that. Also, if you get any images of customers using the product, whether that comes on through your social media or whatever it might be, that can be really useful as well, because customers will like to see other customers, real people using the product because they can relate more, basically. So there's a couple of ideas there. You might come up with an explainer or an instructional image, particularly if your product's quite complicated and people might need convincing as to why to buy it or how easy it is to use, those sorts of things. So that's another idea. And then finally, a measurements image where you might show, people might want to know the specific size of certain parts of a product and those sorts of things. So I don't know if they've done it on here. Again, that could be something really useful. Someone might be hesitant to buy this because they don't know how big it is and how much space it's going to take up in their kitchen. So you could do a nice image showing the different dimensions with the measurements and all these sorts of things just to add to it. And then it convinces the customer that it's the right product for them. So that's images. You get those created and then you upload them into this area here. And then that's that done. That is essentially how you create a private label listing from start to finish. As you'll notice here, this has come up saying the value specified is invalid. That's because Amazon have got so much better, and this is why I'm talking about using the right barcodes and making sure you're sourcing them from the right places. It's because Amazon now have a really good system where they can link a barcode to a particular product based on the information you've put into your GS1 account. So if it doesn't add up, they won't let you create a listing, which is a really, really good development. It's stopped a lot of black hat tactics and people using barcodes they shouldn't be using. On that note, though, you need to wait, I think it's 72 hours or 3 or 4 days after creating a GS1 barcode before you put it into Amazon's system. Otherwise, even if it is a proper barcode and you've done everything properly, it will still show this message. And that's because it takes a few days for Amazon to be able to link their system to the GS1 process and accounts. So make sure you don't think that you're doing anything wrong, but create your GS1 barcode and then wait a few days before creating your Amazon listing. Otherwise, this will show up. Other than that, I think that's absolutely everything covered. Hopefully you found this useful. We've shown you how to find your category for your product, where to get your barcode from, how to create your title, putting in your brand and your manufacturer. We've gone through pricing, where to put your price if you want to run a sale, how you would do that. Compliance information, if your product relates to your product, obviously you put that in here. If you wanted to do any variations, this is where you would add them, size, color, etc. Images, we just finished on that. This is where you would upload your images. We've talked about the different kinds of images you might want to use. how to create a really powerful main image, the sizes you need, and then obviously the description. I showed you very basic version of something we might do, but the importance of where you put your keywords and things like that, and the kind of content you would use, the structure you would use for your description, and then your 5 bullet points. Obviously, I didn't put them all in. They'll go here. And then finally, where you put your back-end keywords. So hopefully now you feel prepared to go and create your own Amazon private label listing. Good luck. As I say, leave us any comments if you have any questions about this or want more detail. Remember to hit the like button if you've enjoyed the video, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We hope to see you again soon. Take care.